What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? What's good? You are now locked into the Marathon More podcast for what? Today is Wednesday, May 10th. Man, the playoffs is going crazy. You know, uh, the Lakers look like they just might do it, y'all. They just might do it, man. I think it's the end of an era, all this, LeBron versus Curry stuff. You know, we're coming to the end of an era. We got a lot of young teams out here playing nowadays, a lot of players that have yet to see how far they can go as far as their potentials. A lot of rookies ironing out their little problems that they got, their little issues, you know what I'm saying, to better serve, and be team players and stuff like that. It's a really nice thing to be watching right now. But today, I'm gonna do something a little different. Today, I'm gonna get into stories about college. I say college because I don't want to say prison or locked up or upstate or in the can. All these other little euphemisms people be using for being locked up and away from their family. So, if you don't know, or if you don't know me personally, I grew up pretty much in the system. Started out, super young, juvenile halls. Then after that, I went to, boot camps, the boys' camps, whatever. And I actually turned 18 in a boot camp. So after that, I got out when I was 18. Like, I remember it was around Christmas time. I was super happy to be home too. That shit was cool. But yeah. So after that, I was an adult after that, and then I had caught another case all the way in Las Vegas when I was 19. So I just got out when I was 18. I caught a case when I was 19. But growing up, that was kind of how it was working with me, man, because I'll say from the age like 14 to 18, I was free, like on the streets, like, with my homies and everything. I was probably only free like about a year and a half out of all that time. So then I catch my case when I'm 19. So this particular case, it carried a lot of time, you know. And the funny thing about Las Vegas is like they'll they'll take like one felony or and they'll turn it into like six different felonies. That way you will plead out to a lesser felony. So, okay, say for instance, like, so they'll say, we'll just take my situation. So they'll say robbery. So what it really was, it was a fight that I got into on the strip late at night, drunk. I wasn't right by any means, or I shouldn't have been out there. I shouldn't have been, fighting with people. I shouldn't have been tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, I take, what I'm saying, full accountability. You know what I'm saying? I done did my time already, so don't be trying to, what I'm saying? So anyway, um, so yeah, I get in a fight with this dude. It wasn't good, you know what I'm saying, for that man. But during the altercation, my homeboy that I was with, we didn't jump him or nothing. It was all me, you know what I'm saying? I whooped him out, you know what I'm saying? Took him on down through there, whatnot. So my man snatched his old boy's wallet out of his pocket after I put him on his pockets, you know what I mean? So boom. We end up Cops end up, a cab had pulled up when I'm on top of dude, whipping him out in the street, like right on like Colville and Las Vegas Boulevard. If y'all don't know, that's like the exact intersection where Tupac got killed out. So anyway, So it's like by the MGM Grand and stuff like that. So boom, we're coming from the hotel and casino Bally's. We had went to this we had went to this little hotel party. Like, remind you, like we live all the way up on the east side of Vegas, by Nellis and Bonanza area, you know what I mean? Like Sunrise Mountain type. So I'm 19. I know what I'm saying. I had just moved back to Vegas because I had went to high school in Vegas. I went to like my freshman year, like half of my freshman year is when I first moved out there from Cali, and then my sophomore year, most of it, the time I was going to school. But if I was going to school, then I would have, you know what I'm saying. That would have been my sophomore year and shit like that. So anyway, so I'm down and out. I'm over at the crib. You know what I'm saying. It's probably like 8, 7, 8 at night. You know what I'm saying. I remember the sun had just went down. I'm outside smoking an L or whatnot, and I'm actually kind of like low key sad and shit because my my girlfriend had left me and shit. So I was up there in my feelings and shit. So anyway, I'm out there smoking and whatnot, and my boys had pulled up, and it was my boys from downtown, some homeboys from the west side, some niggas from the east side. They all just pulled up because my aunt's house, where we lived in Vegas on Lynn Lane, right down the street from El Dorado, the high school I went to. So yeah, my boys pull up like 2, 3 cars, you know what I'm saying? Some homies from the east side, some homies from the west side, you know what I mean? It was, homies from all over town, and it's cool because in Vegas it's like it's pretty big, you know what I mean? And if you ain't mobile, if you ain't whipping, then you ain't getting nowhere, you know what I mean? So you're gonna be a straight hood baby, and like you ain't going nowhere. You just gonna have to deal with the people in your neighborhood. But if you are mobile, then shit, the world is a blank canvas in Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Because there ain't really nothing that you can't do in Vegas. Like, and trust me, I would let you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm born in Cali, originated here in Cali, but I grew up in Las Vegas, and there ain't really nothing that you can't do in Vegas except go to a beach, bro. Like for real. Like, and if you really want to, you could go to a beach. I'm talking fake beach, fake sand, a fake sun in the sky. You fucking indoors. I'm talking fake waves, palm trees, everything. You know what I'm saying? Birds flying up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want it, you can get it in Vegas for sure, for sure. So, getting back to the story of how your boy ended up in college. You know what I'm saying? Getting back to the story. So your boy's sitting there, I'm down and out, whoop de whoop. So my boys pull up, like, yeah, man, get about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm over here like, nigga, my girl done let me. Yeah, fuck all that, nigga. We finna go to the hotel party, nigga. We's going up. We finna be up in there with everybody in they bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, man. I was kind of like reluctant to go though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got that what you said, like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta go with your gut, you know what I'm saying? When you got that feeling that shit ain't right, or you all of a sudden, you know, gotta go boo boo out of nowhere, like, you know what I'm saying? You got the bubble guts out of nowhere. Yeah, something probably ain't right, you know what I'm saying? And something, you gotta trust your gut, you know what I'm saying? Trust your inner self, man, because that shit be talking to you, and if people can really hearken to that shit and listen, I think it'll keep a lot of people out of some bullshit situations that they end up in. But anyway, I wasn't listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like going, but my niggas is like, they love your boy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, come on, man, we gonna go turn up. You know what I'm saying? They see me. They see how I'm over here looking like my dog died, or I just lost my best friend or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying to cheer me up. You know. So we all sit there at the crib. We smoke some L's. Think we was drinking a little something. And we hopped in the whip, headed downtown. No, I'm over here working on these little sample pad, you know what I mean? So I can make some drops and stuff like that. But they come preloaded with these crazy old sounds and shit like that. But let's get into it, man. So we headed downtown. We get downtown. We all pull up. My niggas got the burners and shit. You know what I mean? We didn't really go out in groups and nothing like that. And, at least 1, 2 people gotta have some burners on them. Just in case we get into some shit. You know what I mean? But we was pretty deep. I'll say there's probably like in my crew, my little crew of people that we pulled up with. There's probably like 8, 9 of us. Probably 10 of us. I'll say 10 of us. There's like 10 of us. You know, all different colors, shapes, and sizes. And we pull up to the casino. Bam. We walk in the casino, hit a couple slot machines real quick on our way to the elevator. We get to the elevator. The homie Basics on the phone. He is whoever he knew that was at the party. And boom, we hop in the elevator. We go up. So we get up there and it's popping. Hella fine females, real niggas in the building. You know what I'm saying? Everybody blowing trees, drinking on some good drink, having a good time. I remember the room had like a balcony that like wrapped around like the whole corner of the hotel. So that was lit. We had the strip down there. Nice little view. Everything was cool. Everything was wavy, man. And so the night starts. I remember, damn, they had a jacuzzi in the room. Like they had 2 conjoined rooms. One of the rooms had a jacuzzi in it, and the jacuzzi was full of ice. And in that ice was like 100 million beers in that motherfucker. Like that whole, it was a whole jacuzzi, but being used as an ice chest, pretty much. So we like shit. You know what I'm saying? We in here. So we in that motherfucking deep. They bumping music. Everything is straight. Everything is all gravity, man. Everything going good. But as time progresses, people all get a little bit more drink in them. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was, good and faded. So I'm there, I'm mainly concentrating on my east side homies, you know what I'm saying? I had my partner Menace at the time. He was there with me, you know what I'm saying? And we used to be real close, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a hand in a glove, you feel me? But my nigga kinda hold up, you know what I'm saying? Kinda lost my respect in a plethora of different situations, you know what I'm saying? When I should have let it go, you know what I'm saying? When I first seen some hoe tendencies up in you, you know what I mean? But you was you know what I'm saying? You was my homeboy. So, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much will give you the benefit of the doubt. And in any situation, if you my nigga, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? You my man, 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you wrong, right, or indifferent. Yeah, I got your back. And even if you wrong, we gonna handle our business and then we gonna talk about it between us later on. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if we gotta mix it up, you know what I'm saying? Brothers fight, you know what I mean? But in that moment, I got your motherfucking back, nigga. I'm not the type of nigga to run out on my homeboys and shit like that. I'm a real loyal person because I grew up, the streets, raised me for the most part. So loyalty within your crew is a very important thing to me. And when you show signs of disloyalty, then we gotta cut you off, bro. You know what I mean? But no hard feelings or nothing like that. I love you to death, but I can't never fuck with you again. And that goes for a lot of my niggas, honestly. A lot of people. First, yeah, public service announcement. Nigga, let's get that out the way. A lot of motherfuckers I grew up with, a lot of niggas I used to gangbang with, a lot of niggas I used to, run the streets with, do our thing. I don't really fuck with y'all niggas no more. And honestly, it ain't because I done, uh suddenly became successful and I feel like I'm too good for y'all, because I know that's what y'all be out there saying. But in a way, I feel like I am kind of too good for y'all, man. Honestly, to keep that shit a buck. But I don't think I'm too good for you because of what I'm doing. I don't think I'm too good for you because of where I'm at in life. I don't think I'm too good for you because I've had, I got a career that I've been in for the past 10 years. I don't think I'm too good for you because I got more money than you, or because I'm flyer than you, or because I look better than you, because I dress better than you, because my morals is intact. That's why. You know what I'm saying? And once you show me signs of that kind of shit, you know, and not really sticking to the script, it just, if we in a situation and you do me away, and I feel like, damn, I would have never done that. I would have never done that nigga that way. And I'm thinking shit like that, then it's time to cut you off. You know what I'm saying? If you my nigga, you my nigga to the end. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, sometimes people grow away from each other too. I'm not saying like, oh, we gotta be homies, we gotta be crew. I don't give a fuck if I talk to you once a year or once every 5 years. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you my nigga, you still my nigga. I got niggas that I grew up with since we was young. I'm talking splitting a half a top of ramen with each other. You know what I'm saying? Splitting a cold hot dog out the refrigerator together. Eating a bag of popcorn for dinner together. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas like that, but a lot of us, we don't talk. But when we do, we pick up right where we left off, because that's how tight the bond is that we got. You know what I mean? But then there's also niggas that I would have died for. I would have killed for. You know what I'm saying? If anybody tried y'all, you know what I mean? And my loyalty and my loyalty and shit like that, it kind of hinders you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because, and it hurts too when you would never do that to somebody, or you would never even think about doing them dirty, or snitching on them, or you know not being there when a nigga needs you the most. And not because I need you for me, I need you because we did this shit together. We whether it be catching a case together, being co-defendants, you know what I'm saying, sticking to the script, keeping your mouth shut, don't tell them nothing, they don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, we'd already be in jail. But you can tell, like, me and this clown menace, we was fighting a case together. You know what I'm saying? When all this shit happened. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So we ended up getting into it with the dudes from downtown in the party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ended up being like 2 in the morning. Niggas are starting to look at us like, who are these niggas? You know what I'm saying? Well, you know how it is, especially when Mexicans is there. You know what I'm saying? They be cool at first, but once y'all start drinking, and you know what I'm saying, they start doing their thing, or it start being different. They start, you know what I'm saying, start looking at you crazy, like, who are these people? So I know I'm half black and half Mexican, so I already know how it is. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I ain't never been loved by no Mexicans ever in my life. And it ain't because anything but because I'm black, my nigga, like, really. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no beef with no essays or nothing like that, but I know how far to fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I know if there's more than 5 of y'all gonna start looking at me crazy once you get a little bit of that liquor in you. But a lot of people have made that mistake, you know what I'm saying? And you got put on your pockets too. And a lot of these niggas out here, I used to beat up your daddy, and I used to beat up your uncles. Ask about me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I don't even I'm cool with your daddies and your uncles today, but we got little knuckleheads out here. You know what I'm saying? So the streets is a myth, man. All that loyalty shit and all that gang shit and all that shit that we grew up on and all that no snitching shit and all that shit, all the morals and all that we grew up on. I'm here to tell y'all that shit don't exist no more. And if that's what you still trying to do right now in 2023, your ass is going to jail, bro. Because the cloth that we're cut from, it don't exist no more. The book that we read from that was law, it don't exist no more. And niggas done went and made their own game. You know? And hey, I'm not saying anything about how y'all is out here doing this shit. I'm just saying when I grew up, it wasn't like this. We had more of a camaraderie together, you know what I'm saying? Because our relationships grew out of defense for each other because we was all that we had. You know what I'm saying? So then naturally, you know, you grow and then, you know, you got your crew and everybody wanted a crew. You know what I'm saying? So you end up, you know, starting to click. And then some people eventually graduate to being from a gang. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how the evolution of the streets pretty much is. And then along comes prison and jail and all that because that's imminent that shit's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And then you go in there and, you know, you run some fades and do what you got to do to, you know what I'm saying? Keep your head held high. And you come out, you know, with a couple badges of honor. Or you could go in there and get some badges snatched right up off your ass. You know what I mean? So I mean, it could go either way. But honestly, as long as you know what I'm saying, stand 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your morals. You know, don't be loud and shit. You know, and I ain't saying keep your head down. You can keep your head down and your chin up at the same time. You know what I mean? It's something that you gotta learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? To fly right. You know what I'm saying? Keep your nose clean. But anyway, we left that we left that party. We got into it with the dudes. It was like ended up being like a little shoving match. Somebody brandished a pistol when we was like backing into the hallway, but we was still talking shit to the downtown niggas that was in there, and they was like, you know, we was just having words all out in the hallway and shit. We're like on 9th floor, you know, somewhere up there, 10th, 12th floor, probably, I don't know, but I'm hot. You know, they brandished a pistol on us, but the homie Basic was downstairs because he was down there keeping point. He was on the casino floor playing poker on the closest machine to the elevator in case anything pop off. So he's down there with the blower and everything. So if anything crack off, we hit him. He hop in the elevator. Boom, boom, boom. Come get us up out of there. So yeah, we get into this little shoving match and shit. And then one of the dudes that pulled up his sweater and whatnot, and he had a little pistol on him. So we was like, oh, okay. So we like, cool. Bam, we shoot to the elevator. We pushing quick, you know what I'm saying? And we hop in the elevator, hit the casino floor. I felt like that elevator was taking forever though, man. I'm so mad up in this damn elevator. I felt like this shit was taking forever. I'm like, nigga, I'm in there tripping. Like these niggas try to play us. You know, and I'm like, fuck, nigga, like I'm hot, you know what I mean? I'm mad as fuck, you know what I'm saying? My adrenaline pumping. And boom, the elevator doors open. And as soon as the elevator doors open, there was like a big like fire extinguisher glass and shit like that. I'm so hot. I stepped right out of the elevator. Bing! I punched the glass. And that shit shattered. I'm hot. You know, I'm looking around the casino. I see the homie Basic. I'm like, these niggas just pulled out on us. We like, where they at? Wow. We all hop back in the elevator. We going back up. Nigga, we going back up. Niggas is so faded. Like, I'm not even thinking. Like, I didn't know where this party was. I didn't know what I saw. So I don't know what floor we was even on. So we hop up in the elevator. My nigga basically like, what floor is on? I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I asked the nigga Menace. I'm like, hey, what floor is it on? This nigga like, I don't know. So we in the elevator and I'm hot. I'm like, we got to get back to that damn floor so we can, I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we didn't end up back on that floor. There would have been a shootout all up and down that hallway. You know what I'm saying? They had niggas jumping out the windows and everything. So thank God we we ended up not knowing what damn floor this this party was on. So yeah, so we end up just dipping. So me and my nigga Menace, and I think there was one more of us. We pushed that way. Some other homies pushed the other way. Other niggas started going to their cars, but and all of a sudden, me and Menace is out on the strip, and I'm still on fire. I'm still hot. He's mad. I'm mad. And all night, this nigga's, because we didn't have no whips. All night, this nigga was like, because a couple of the homies left. Probably like 4 or 5 of the homies had left, like around midnight or some shit like that. And they was telling us, like, nigga, we finna shake. And we taking one of the burners. Y'all got basic downstairs still, this, that, and the other. So these niggas shake. Excuse me. These niggas shake the spot. So, but before they shake the spot, they're like, y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all straight? Y'all gonna be straight? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I look at man, it's like, what's up? We straight? We got a ride? Woo, 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 woo. And he's like, if anything, cuz we'll just catch the bus. I got some bread. We'll hop on the or get a cab. He said get a cab because the bus had stopped running. So he was like, we'll get a cab. Don't even trip. But mind you, I don't know. This nigga is just trying to make up an excuse to have me there watching his back because the nigga don't got no money for no cab or anything like that. So, and then fuck. So this end up making me even madder because now we out here on the strip. We're I don't know, fucking 11 miles from the strip to the east side, give or take. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nigga, it's 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? How the fuck are we supposed to get home? And he's drunk. He's like, nigga, we gonna find a way. Woo 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 woo. And I'm like, what you mean? So we walking this, and then this nigga starts beelining it across the street. It's like a fucking 8-lane street right there on Koval, like next to Club Ice. So I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, where are you going? He's like, and there's fucking two old ladies like walking across the street. It's a well lit area, so I see where he's walking to. So I run up on him, like when he's like halfway across the street. I put my arm around him, like, nigga, what are you doing? And he's like, we need to get some money. I'm like, so he was basically planning on snatching these ladies' purses. And I don't rock like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a purse snatching type nigga. Uh, I'm not a thief, you know what I'm saying? So, and don't get me wrong, I done took some shit from some niggas, but I ain't never stole no shit from no niggas. I'll take your shit, but that's a whole another story for a different time. Nigga used to be a jack boy, rob the dope boys, you know what I'm saying? They can't call the police on you anyway, so, that was the thing. But we'll get into all that another day and another time. So, I'm like, shit, we're shit out of luck. So, mind you, I like I told you, I had put my arm around him. When I had punched that glass, I still have the scar right now across my middle knuckle right here. I don't know if you can see it. But when I had punched the glass, it put a long ass gash on my middle finger, and it just kept bleeding. So I don't know it's bleeding like it is. So like some of the time I'll have my hands in my pocket. I didn't know like there's a big blood stain down my pocket now. And then some of the other time I had my arm around Menace. So I'm getting blood all over his clothes, but we don't notice this. You know what I'm saying? So we walking down the street. I'm like, nigga, like we kind of arguing with each other walking down the street. Not like crazy arguing, but I got my arm around. I'm like, nigga, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? We out here, you know what I'm saying? Stuck like Chuck, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? If you could have said, we could have, you know what I'm saying? Found a female in there to give us a ride home or something. But you know what I'm saying? I was really under the impression that we was gonna walk out to valet, hop in a cab, and get home. But that is not how this night went. And this is the night that ended up getting me 10 years in prison. So, anyway, so boom. We walking down the street. There's a couple other cats walking towards us. Big, tall ass dude, probably like 6'6", white dude. Probably taller than that, probably like 6'7", 6'8". So, we're over here bickering and fighting and shit like that. And he had walked by us and we were in the middle of the street, and him and his homie is walking on the sidewalk, and he had ended up saying something slick to us like, "You got like." To the best of my knowledge, it was something like, "Y'all sound like husband and wife," or some fool ass shit like that. So I'm turning around like, "What? What the fuck you just say to me, man?" And he was like nothing, like, and just kept walking. So like, I'm mad as fuck. I'm already in a fucked up mood, and I decided to push the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I get in his face, talk shit. I see he didn't want no smoke or nothing like that. So I'm like, fuck it. When we pushed off, so I'm walking. I'm thinking my niggas right here to the right of me. So I'm walking. I'm like, nigga, you gotta be smart. I remember saying that, man. You gotta be smart about shit like this, because we can end up in a fucking situation where this, that, and the other can happen, and boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, you feel me? And I don't hear nothing. And I look, and this nigga's not even there. So I turn around, and like half the block up the street, I see my little ass Asian homie squared up with this big ass nigga in the street. So I'm like, oh shit, this nigga finna get his ass whipped because he can't even fight. So I start breaking towards him. I get to him, boom, boom, boom. We start throwing him. This nigga didn't even throw a punch. They was like dancing around the street. I come, bam, take off right on the nigga. So we throwing him. He don't hit me at all. And if he did hit me, I don't fucking know. I don't remember the shit. But we end up scrapping. Oh, we squabbing in the middle of the street. Right there, like in the middle, literally in the middle of the street. There's fucking cars and cabs going by us and all kinds of shit. So at this point, like I'm on top of him, and like he trying to like grab at me and like get up, and I'm just firing off on him. Bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? Putting this nigga all in. So as I'm throwing him, like a spotlight goes on me, and I look up because I think it's the police. It turns out to be a cab driver, and he's like standing on, you know what I'm saying, on like the side of the whip, like so you can stand up higher in the car. He got his phone in his hand. He's like, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. So I look up. My natural reaction is to brake. Boom. So we brake. We brake, and we take off. Now, we don't have nowhere to go. We're way out of bounds. We don't have nowhere to fucking go. Like, what are we gonna do? Hide? We don't have no one's crib to go to anywhere around this area. So we running. You know what I'm saying? We even got split up at one time. So we running, boom, boom, boom. We get split up. No, this is what it was. We running down the street. We're running down the regular ass fucking street. We know that a police is gonna pull around any one of these corners at any time, and they're gonna pop our ass. So we running. This dumbass nigga starts climbing up under the car. I can't make this shit up, man. This nigga starts climbing up under the goddamn car. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting under the car. I'm like, you're fucking stupid, man. I'm like, what do you fucking think? So I'm like, fuck it. I gotta keep moving. Let this nigga lay under the car. Whatever the fuck he wanna do. I'm moving. So he fucking his ass gets under the fucking car and I keep going. So I'm running. I'm like trying to get into apartment complexes. The gates are locked. Every fucking gate I try, you gotta have a key to get in. And there's crazy spikes on the fences, so you can't jump over. So I'm in a bad way out here, man. I was down bad. So I'm like, fuck. I'm about to fucking go to jail, right? So I end up getting into like this little apartment complex, and I'm chilling, and I'm not chilling. Like I'm walking through the motherfucker, like trying to be chill and normal and shit. I'm just walking like normal, trying to breathe slow, like I'm not out of breath and shit, just in case I see anybody, then they don't look at me crazy. So as I'm walking, I see this nigga Menace sitting on a chair on someone's porch. Mind you, it's 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning by this time. We've been running from the police for like an hour already. And this nigga sitting on someone's lawn chair on their porch with one shoe on. So I walk up to it. I'm like, where the fuck is your shoe? What is going on here? Where's your shoe at? He's like, he ran out of his shoe. He's like, I lost it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, fuck, nigga. So we sit there and we try to regroup. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We sit there and we try to regroup. And I'm like, we can, see cop lights. We're inside this apartment complex, so it's like it's locked, and we're in there, so they can't get in, and the fence is like, it was like a metal grate, so you can like barely see through it too. So like we felt safe right there, like, what I'm saying, we just gonna chill right here, and we gonna, what I'm saying, wait for it to get quiet and shit, and we gonna slowly creep out and go on about our business. Like, I was thinking about just waiting there until it started getting bright outside and shit started moving around a little bit more. But we end up making the decision to, to keep pushing. So we're sitting there for a while. This nigga got one shoe on. And we're like, fuck it. We gotta go. We gotta get up out of here. So we're standing by the gate. I'm looking this way. He's looking that way. We're watching the streets. Ain't no cars going by. I don't see no headlights. I don't see nothing. So I don't see no action going on out there. So I'm like, fuck it. All right, if we're going to go, let's go. So we walk out the gate. Look left, look right. Seem straight. So we're like, cool. All right, cool. Let's go. So we start pushing. We just barely make it out to the sidewalk. And as soon as we got out to the sidewalk, we get hit with spotlights. Wow, wow, both sides. I'm like, fuck. So I turn around to grab the handle of the gate. And as soon as I went to reach for it, slammed. I try to turn it. We lock the fuck out. I look up. Ain't no way that we going over this fence. So we turn around and we had to face the music. And they pulled up on us, and when they put their lights on us, like, I didn't even know we had blood all over us like this. Like I said, like, he had on like a white shirt. It was like it was a light colored shirt. And I had my arm around him like this, so there's blood going down his shirt, crazy style, you know what I'm saying? And then I got blood all over my pants because I would have my hands in my pockets when I'm walking. I didn't know I was leaking that bad. So there's blood going all down my pants. And I remember, we're standing in the middle of the street, handcuffed. they got the spotlight on us, so witnesses can identify us and send us on our way. So I guess they had got the cab driver and some other witnesses, and they put him in the cop car, drove him up to us in the middle of the street, turned on the spotlight on us so we can't see, and we got pointed out. It was them. So when they had shined the spotlight, I remember one of the officers saying, "Man, you got blood in your hair." He had like short hair, you know what I'm saying, straight hair and shit. It was dark hair, so you couldn't really tell. But when I had my arm around him, I'll be putting my hand on his head like that, like, you know what I'm saying, like stunning the little nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put the little nigga up on game. You feel me? And I got from my hand a gang of blood all in his hair, so we looked crazy. We looked crazy as hell. And yeah, they ended up taking us uptown. Or no, we was already downtown. We from uptown, so they ended up taking us downtown, and that was my first time in the county jail with the rest of them. And then they threw me on the ninth floor with the killers and murderers up there. You know, people fighting crazy cases. You know what I'm saying? My case was initially like attempted murder. It was like attempted murder, robbery with the use of a deadly weapon, substantial bodily harm, like a gang. There was a gang of shit, so they put me with the killers and everything up there. And of course, you know, Menace bailed out that night. His mommy came and got him, you know, and that was the last I seen him cuz for a minute. You know, even when I had got out on they gave me a suspended sentence. It was 4 to 10 years time suspended. So 4 to 10 years would be the minimum you're gonna do is 4 years. The max you're gonna do is 10 years. But you can get released anywhere in between them. So that's the difference about the NDOC, which is the Nevada Department of Corrections, as opposed to out here in California. See, when you go to jail, you go to prison out here, you know when you're getting out. And you got a date of when you're going to get out. And Nevada is different. Or Vegas, at least. They say they'll give you like a 1 to 5, 4 to 10, you know, shit like that. So you really don't know when you're going to go home out there. But yeah, man, that was just a little story, you know what I'm saying, about the night where my life changed in a major way. But I say that to say this, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you youngsters and a lot of you, you know, you want to be around your homies. You want to be around your homies to feel that camaraderie, to feel safe, to feel, you know, like someone got your back, like you got theirs, and you know what I'm saying. You build a bond, you know, coming up, you know, when you don't have shit. And a lot of people, you know, stay homies for forever. A lot of people fall out over dumb shit, mostly over bitches or some money, or all in all, just jealousy. You know what I'm saying? But all that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And every nigga that you came up with ain't supposed to be in your life today. And me personally, I believe that God puts people in our life for as long as we need them to be in our life. And then they ain't in our lives no more. Everybody ain't supposed to come into your life and stay forever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something that you need to learn from this person. Maybe there's something this person needs to learn from you. But relationships come and go. You know what I'm saying? And if you're fortunate enough to find those people that never go away and that is always there supporting you, you know what I'm saying, and applauding you and patting you on the back and giving you good news, as opposed to, you know, niggas coming around always talking about somebody else You know what I mean? Or who's doing this and who doing that and who's snitching. Like, I don't give a fuck about who doing none of that, my nigga. What are you doing with your life, brother? You know what I'm saying? How are you moving the needle out here? Are you focused? Can you make shit pop? What can you do? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about making some money. Talk to me about good ideas. I want to build with you. I don't want to sit here and talk about this nigga doing this and this bitch fucking this nigga and this bitch is a hoe and woo woo woo. But like, I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. I'm not in high school no more. You know? And that shit is lame as fuck. I never been a motherfucking chatty patty anyway. Like, you know what I mean? And I noticed, like, being in a small town, like, that's all people like to do. They like to talk about the next man. And I'd have had plenty of nights where I'd have had the dead conversations because y'all are just in here talking about other people. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to be the type of person that if this man ain't here, don't talk about that man. Or that woman for that matter. Like, they ain't here to defend herself. So why are we talking about this man? So the next man can go and be like, oh yeah, I was talking to Slick and you over here leading the whole conversation talking about this man. But now all of a sudden I'm tied up in this shit. And that's the shit I don't like. So yeah, man. That's just a quick little story. I woke up, you know what I'm saying? I figured I'd share with y'all. Don't forget, do not forget after this video, please do me a favor. Like and subscribe to the page. It's free. I'm trying to get my followers up. I'm trying to get my content hours up. I'm trying to get my views up. And this is just part of the process, y'all. And so I appreciate y'all being here with me this morning, listening to me and what was on my mind. I got to go put away some groceries because I forgot I just went to the damn store. I got all my damn groceries for dinner and shit tonight, and I forgot to put them away. So I'm going to go and take care of that. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share it too if you want. But all in all, subscribe and just watch. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, this has been another episode of the Marathon More podcast, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. We gone.